Welcome, everybody. I am so excited that you are here. We are with the authors of the Global Women's Journal, and we have just launched our leadership edition. It's our second issue, and I am so excited to have our authors. I'm Karen Hall. I am the publisher and executive director of the Global Women's Journal of the Los Angeles Tribune. So, we are going to share, all of us, to our LinkedIn so that you can find us and your audience can watch. So if you are seeing this, if you would also share it to your LinkedIn so that your audience can see it as well, because we love the ripple effect. We love to share and we love to promote and to elevate the world. That is what all of these women are about. And I want you to get to know each one of them. Many of you have seen these women speak at our events. We've had events going on for the last 2 years, and they are beautiful, heart-centered women who love to serve. And maybe you haven't gotten to meet them yet. So I can't wait for you to meet them. And many of these women have been in our inaugural edition, and some of them still have issues that are coming in. And so we are excited to have them as part of our Global Women's Journal. We are international, and we have people that are speaking on both of the at the international stages and the here in live. So a lot of people don't know that we have live stages as well. So we have both, and it's so exciting because there's a different energy when you get to actually look into someone's eyes. But when you get to reach the expansive reach that we have for our international stage, that is really fun to be able to connect with people across the world that you don't even know yet, but to make friends everywhere that you speak. So we are very excited to have this opportunity. So we are going to start now. I'm going to just kind of go around and have everybody introduce themselves and tell you about them. So you can see on some of our backdrop, we have the cover of our Women's Journal, and some of these authors haven't just published in the Women's Journal. Many of them have published in another book as well. So these women are prolific writers and speakers, and I just can't wait for you to hear their story. So I'm going to start with Barbie Ray, and I'm going to bring her to the stage and let her introduce herself as soon as I can figure out how to do that. There we go. Barbie Ray, welcome to the stage. And Barbie is a wonderful author. She has a coaching business, Empower with Barbie. She's an empowerment coach. She is an AI expert. She has a new course, How to Train Your AI. And she is also a best-selling author and an international humorous motivational speaker. And so, Barbie, tell us a little bit more about you.
Well, thank you, Karen. I've been in both editions of the Los Angeles Tribune Global Women's Journal, and I am now doing a course on how to train your AI. It's for CEOs and solopreneurs, and I'm very excited about it. The more I spoke about AI to people and tried to give, call to action steps and things you could do to improve it, the more questions people had. So I decided it was time to put an entire course out there. And basically, whether you know an enter key from a tab key or whether you can program your own software, it doesn't matter. This will walk you through how to utilize AI as a platform throughout your company. And again, whether you're a solopreneur or a Fortune 500 company, there's a section in there for you. It's over 355 pages of manuals, charts, and plug and play so that you can be successful with AI.
Awesome. We all need help learning because AI changes. It's not like you just have one tool and then you just use it. It's like there's something new today. So that's awesome. Well, our next author is Debbie Prediger, and Debbie has a beautiful women's network. It's Be Extraordinary Women's Network. And I always laugh when I say that name because Debbie is also an empowerment coach, and she's also enthusiastic. And I think of all the E words that go with Be Extraordinary Women's Network, and Debbie is extraordinary. she recently has been presenting with Dean Graciosi and with Brendan Bouchard with the Mastermind. And what an honor that has been for Debbie. She also is an international best-selling author in several books, and she has a podcast, the Extraordinary Women's Network. On the is that the name of the podcast? Debbie, did I get the name right? Yes.
Yeah.
So she's also a podcast host. Debbie, tell us more about you.
Well, thank you. Such an honor to be in the room with all of these amazing women. A little bit more about me. I am also a fifth generation rancher. I take it very serious to the sustainability of our lands. It's one of the reasons that I started working online and helping other people to build online businesses. So that's a tiny bit about me. But more than anything, I never want you to be the best kept secret. So if you have a mission, a story to tell, just learning more about yourself, that's what I love to do, is help pull back the layers of who you really are, and then get you on stages and help you be more visible, first to yourself and then to the world.
And isn't that just what we all want to do? We all have a passion inside us and we want to share our message. And so, being an author in the Global Women's Journal, you get to share your message and you get to speak. So, whether you want to be a published author or a speaker on stage, and Debbie has opportunities for that as well. And to be on her podcast, to have that reach there's another great thing. And her energy is just wonderful when you get to interact with her. So, thank you, Debbie. We're so grateful to hear from you.
Thank you.
And our next author is Nicole Cowley. Nicole has Next Step with Nicole. She also empowers women. She is also an international best-selling author. She just launched her book. Let's see if I can say it. Passion, Purpose, and Possibilities. Yay! And I'm so excited for you, Nicole. She is also an inaugural member of the Global Women's Journal. She also uses hypnosis and helps women to heal from trauma so that they can accomplish the goals that they have for themselves. Because so many times we have those limiting beliefs that hold us back. And so, Nicole, tell us more about you.
Well, thank you, Karen. And I'm so honored to be with all these women. Every time I hear their stories, I just fall more in love with them and think how incredible they are. So thank you for allowing me to be part of this with all of you. And I was in the inaugural version of the Global Women's Journal, and I'm very honored to have been there. I really help high achieving women who are stuck. I call it the stuck in the cycle of almost getting what they want, almost getting the job they want, the relationship, the health, to just be pulled back by old stories of doubt and fear that often people find is their invisible wall. They can't figure out why they can't get to where they really want to be. And I help pull that all back and be able to help them take their life, their dreams to the next level. And it is something that I do usually through subconscious reprogramming. And it is something that has really definitely changed my life. And so that's why I love to share it with others, because what I know for sure is that none of us should end our time here living in regrets of what is possible. And so I want everybody to see their goals, their gifts, their dreams. So that is my company and what I do. And I'm very, very honored to be here with everyone here today.
Thank you, Nicole. Nicole, you just are so supportive. And so you just praise all of us. Whenever you make comments or interact with us, Nicole always has the nicest things to say about us. And she just makes you feel like $1,000,000. Nicole, could you say that line again about almost? Because I think that is so powerful. And I think we all need to hear that again.
Sure. I was figuring this out when I was working with so many people, that I think so many of us are caught in the cycle of almost getting the job you want, almost getting the relationship, the health that you want, only to be pulled back by something that you don't know what it is. And I call it the invisible wall, because so many of us have these dreams on their heart. They know what they truly want to do. They can feel it and they're on their way to it. And then all of a sudden they get pulled back and they're not achieving what they need to achieve. And I help them find out what that is and change it so that it comes from identity, not from doing more, but coming from who you are.
Ah, beautiful. I love that. How many of us have an almost? We're almost there. We've almost done it. We've almost published that book that we had on our mind for 20 years. So that's awesome, Nicole. Thank you so much. We love having you here. All right, our next author, I'm going to bring back Debbie for a second because Debbie didn't get to tell us about her articles. So, Debbie, tell us real quick about your articles.
Oh my goodness. I was just sharing. So I'm going to remind you to share this if you can, because it helps reach more people. But in the very first, I am very proud to be a founder inside of the Los Angeles Women's Journal. We are a global organization, and I love that. So in my first article, I come in as that founder energy, so proud and so the ripple effect that we can create. And in this second one, it is all about leadership. And for me, the article is about choosing to be the leader. And I'm really helping leaders rise. And so thank you. Thank you for the surprise comeback. But here I am.
Surprise. It's always a fun surprise when it's just
be ready. That's one of your always things. Be ready. You never know when I'll bring you up. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Yes, I just love for you all to get to really get to know our women. This is organic. This is real. I mean, this is real time. None of this is scripted. We're never scripted when we speak. Our group just comes from the heart. So yes, I wanted to bring you back. All right. Thank you, Debbie. And our next member of the Global Women's Journal is now this is Terry Clifton. Terry, have you had 3 books that you have published or more because you've had so many?
Thank you so much, Karen. Such a pleasure to be here with all these amazing women. Yes, I'm Terry Clifton, and I have 3 published books, and I have a few more in the works. And most recently, I started writing a book entitled "My Lasagna is About to Burn."
Oh, so Terry brings so much to our group. She's a nurse informaticist. Now try saying that 5 times. So she's highly skilled in technology and in the healthcare world. She's also a preacher, and her books are so beautiful with the message. And she always leaves us with a gold nugget that inspires and lifts us as well. So regardless of your faith and your spirituality, she always brings that into her message, which I think is a very beautiful thing. So Terry, tell us a little bit more about you.
Sure, definitely. So as you mentioned, I'm a minister, and sometimes in ministry, there's a bit of inconvenience, right? There are some times where you really don't feel like doing what God has directed you to do. And so that's my latest book I just mentioned, My Lasagna is About to Burn. That's actually a story where I was summoned somewhere to help someone and to help them heal an issue. And I thought, well, God didn't tell me that, and so in ministry, and it's me, myself, my background, having been called to the ministries, just as Nicole mentioned, it's about being intentional, in your purpose and in your walk. And, as I mentioned, there are times where, you don't quite feel that. And so I'm just being very transparent and full transparency about what ministry is. And so it's a comical book. This latest one I'm writing, very comical about that, about those little nuances and quirks. Like, I don't feel like doing this,
My lasagna is about to burn. And what that reminds me of is the authenticity of these women. Like we're sharing right now, we're authentic. We are who we are, and we are willing to share with you our vulnerabilities. How many times are you with women and you wish that you really knew their story? And men or women, actually. But oftentimes, it's challenging to find a group of women that support each other. And we are a group of women that support each other. And so you can hear that in everybody's message. And Terry, we're so grateful to have you be a part. Thank you so much. And we can't wait for your article to be published, because even though her article hasn't been published yet, it's in an upcoming edition. She is so incredibly supportive. And we are so grateful to have Terry with us. Thank you so much. All right. And our next author we're going to do Ashley Bormeo. And Ashley, we are so glad that you are here. She is the founder of Tap Fit Fam, which is a dance movement leadership business. She started her own studio when she was only 18 years old with 350 students. She's been a ballerina and an entrepreneur. She homeschools. She has her brand new baby with us here. And Ashley has a beautiful energy as well. She's a fabulous speaker, and she hosts events. And so we are so grateful to have you here. Ashley, tell us more about you.
Oh, Karen, thank you for having me here, not just on the screen right now, but being a part of the leadership edition of the publication, all the other things, the many, many other things that you have put together for us with the Los Angeles Tribune Women's Journal. So thank you, Karen. And everybody that I'm standing here with, I'm just like clapping as everybody's talking. I'm like, yay, yay. Everybody check this out. Okay, go read the articles, read the first edition. Amazing. Now, a little bit more about me. Well, I am a homeschool mom. This is my fourth baby. And the other three are playing Monopoly right now. So that's fun. I teach dance. Yes. So Tap Fit Fam, I teach tap dancing online. And we also do stretching and strengthening, hence the fit part of it, the fitness part, and family, because that's one of my core values. And I want to empower people to be the best version of them so that they can show up for their families and their communities as the best version of them. And I also do this not only just with Tap Fit Fam and my dance classes, but I do this in my private coaching programs called Alive and Aligned. So I help women to live more alive. Again, we move our body and do it in alignment to them. So it's not about perfection. It's not about learning choreography and taking dance classes. It's about just movement and moving forward in your own unique, beautiful way, your own dance, if you will. So that's what I do, Karen, and it's an absolute honor to host events and to speak alongside incredible women like this, because we're all doing that in our own unique way. And I just think it's so fun how we all do it in different ways.
It is so fun how we do it in different ways, and yet we overlap in so many ways. I mean, our messages about leadership, every single one of these women are leaders in their own unique way. And all of you that are listening are a leader. Many times people think, me? How am I a leader? You can be a leader in your own home. When somebody says to you, where do you want to go eat? And you make a decision, you're leading right then. When you persuade them, I love this new restaurant. You need to go try it with me. Or there's this thing going on. Let's go do that thing. You're leading right then and there. Many times you lead just in sharing your opinion and helping people to understand something that you want them to understand. We lead in subtle ways. We lead in big ways. So we all lead, and many times we don't see that in ourselves, but we are all leaders, and we are very powerful in the influence that we have in our circles. And so, Ashley, thank you so much. Is there anything else that you would like to add about your article?
Yes, I will add. So the title of my article is Dancing Through Leadership. Again, dance is a common thing with me. It's even my framework when I'm coaching, everything dance. But it is that, Karen, it's everything you just said. It's dancing through leadership. So sometimes it looks really messy and unplanned, and you're just improving. You're just trying to figure it out. But that's when you're leading too, even when you don't know what you're doing. And we're leading by showing that we don't, like by honestly showing, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to take the next most uncomfortable step. I'm going to take the next messy step. I'm going to just try something, and a lot of times I think in general for me, and I know a lot of people, we think leaders are like these people that know what they're doing and they've got it all put together, but that's not true. They're just the people that are the most brave and courageous in doing it. So in my article, I talk about how I discovered that I wasn't leading to the full example that I wanted to. And that was via homeschooling, and how there were some things that I wanted to, I'll use the word pivot intentionally because that's a dance term, but how I wanted to pivot a little bit. And just, yeah, that's my article. And I'm just, again, proud to have it showcased with you guys.
Oh, thank you, Ashley. And pivot, such an important point, especially in this day and age where we do need to make changes to be able to continue to serve the people that we are called to serve. So thank you, Ashley, so much. We love having you be a part of the Global Women's Journal. And her little baby with us too, her new author coming up. She's so cute. Oh, and I'm going to bring Terry back up because I think she might have something more that she wants to add, that she might have thought, wait, I wanted to say something additional. Did you want to say something more, Terry? I felt like maybe you had another thought that you wanted to add.
Oh, thank you so much. I was just thinking in terms of the article, it seems like there's like a general theme with mind, body, and spirit and connection. And also, as I mentioned again, that being intentional about leading. And as you mentioned, sometimes leadership it does not have a title. It emerges, based on actions that someone takes. And so I'm just very grateful to be around these women who are just natural leaders, definitely. And you included, Karen. I just really, really grateful and blessed to have this camaraderie with you all. And I'm so excited about this Women's Journal coming out. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your support. And you inspire us and we inspire each other. That's the other beautiful thing about being in a women's community where we do support each other, where we are like-minded, where we want each other to succeed. We share opportunities with each other. Hey, you guys want to speak at this thing? I found out about this event. Or, hey, how can I promote your book launch that you have? I mean, that's a beautiful thing to have women like that. And when we're struggling, we can say, hey, could you help me with this thing? And we have so many talented women that know so many things that can help. And so that's a wonderful thing too about our organization. So thank you, Terry, and thank you for your abundant mentality to promote us when your article is still, upcoming. So we just love that about you. Thank you. All right, I am going to bring up Sarah Bartle. Sarah is a functional medicine and also a dietitian. So she has a specialty in helping women with hormonal issues and many other issues regarding health and wellness. And she has her own business called Vibrant Via. She's also a published author, and we are so excited to have you here with us. She just recently led a women's group and spoke at the event. She was with women in Portugal, and so she was leading in an additional creative way. So, Sarah, tell us more about you.
Thank you so much, Karen. And I am so honored to be here alongside all these incredible women and to be featured in the Los Angeles Tribune Global Women's Journal inaugural leadership edition, just sharing stories from all of us. I think my article was on from burnout to balance. And as a functional medicine nutritionist, I help women in perimenopause. So our 30s, 40s, and 50s, when we're really at the peak of our careers, but also coming into sort of turbulent hormonal times. And what I do is I help women get answers when conventional medicine has failed them. And I am so big on personalized lab data, nutrition, lifestyle supplements, really putting together a plan that honors their unique physiology and lifestyle to kind of help them feel like themselves again. Because at the end of the day, as everyone here has said, we have a dream and a calling on our heart, something that God has called us to share with the world. And if we're barely making it through the day and fatigued and just not feeling well, that doesn't sound like the ideal person to step into that higher calling. And so my empowerment is just kind of giving women the tools to take their health back into their own hands and to feel amazing heading into the second half of life, and to step forward and share those gifts and callings and passions with the world.
Oh, Sarah, that's so true. And one of the things, that Sarah has shared when she has spoken on stage is, how many times do you not feel your best and you go to the doctor and you're dismissed? Oh, everything looks normal, and you're like, but I don't feel my optimal, I don't feel the same energy that I used to feel, and I want to feel better. Well, that is the perfect opportunity to meet with Sarah, because she digs deeper to find the source, not just to treat the symptom, but to go to the source so that you can fulfill your calling, so that you can accomplish what you feel called to do. And so, Sarah, thank you for all the expertise that you bring. Thank you for sharing your expertise, for the world to read, to learn from you, the things that we wish we knew so that we can feel better, the things that we wish someone would have told us earlier, but hallelujah that you're telling us now.
Absolutely. And that was my story. That's exactly like you said. I was an Ironman ultra endurance athlete in my 20s and 30s, and symptoms started to stack up, and I would go to doctor after specialists, and they were like, "Those are great, looks good," and I'm like, I don't feel right. Something is off. So think at the end of the day, I just want to tell women to trust their gut, trust their instincts. There's always an answer, and it's not just that you're getting older. And so we just maybe need to shift the strategy a little bit, because your body and hormones and brain are different. But that's absolutely my story, and that's why that's why it's my mission to help educate and inspire and empower women to take their health into their own hands.
Yes, and that to have somebody that has that kind of compassion and empathy for you when you have been dismissed, it feels wonderful to feel validated by someone who has gone through it themselves. And that's one of the things that is really beautiful about the women. Every single woman speaks from authenticity, from her experience, so that she's not just talking about theory for you. She's talking about her lived experience. And Sarah's a perfect example of that. Thank you so much, Sarah. All right, I'm going to bring us all back here again because some people might have to go. And so I want you all to see everybody first for a second so that we can just honor all of these women that are here with us today. And then we're going to go to our next author. So I am going to bring up our next author, Gail Larson. And so Gail has recently published her third book. You can see it in her background right there. She has Weekly Wednesday Wisdom. I'm not saying these right, but
that's okay.
a recent one is Prompts for Purpose and Perseverance. And Gail is an educator. She is a publisher. She has excelled and made pivots in her journey and she's overcome some incredible obstacles to be able to lead. And so I'm going to let Gail tell you a little bit more about herself and about her article, but she's a fabulous speaker and you're going to love hearing Gail's story.
Well, thank you, Karen. I just love just communicating with you because you bring so much light and laughter to every conversation that we have. But I am an author, as Karen said, and the title of my series that includes these 3 books, The Weekly Windows of Wisdom and Excerpts of Enlightenment and Prompts for Purpose and Perseverance, are all part of a series that is called My Words, My Moments, My Legacy. And that is also the title of my article that is in the LA Women's Tribune Women's Journal. So, I mean, all of us have gone through change and transition through every phase of our lives, right? And so that's what I focus on in my articles. And just the fact that even though we're going through all of these changes, we don't necessarily know how to maneuver through them. And so I focus on what has happened in my life that has helped me to maneuver through all of these changes and transitions that I've gone through. And I just wanted to add, too, that in addition to these 3 books, one area of change, I was diagnosed with gluten intolerance late in life. So I had to change like everything. And so I produced a cookbook that's called No Gluten, No Problem. And then I have another book that's going to be released around Thanksgiving, which is in tribute to my mother. This is our 40th anniversary of when she passed. And her name was Winnie Pearl. And the name of the book is Pearls of Empowerment.
Oh, how beautiful to dedicate that to your mother, Pearls of Wisdom for Winnie Pearl. Oh, that's beautiful. And don't you love Gail's titles? No gluten, no problem. And the title of her article is just really resonates. My words, my moments, my legacy. And every single one of you that are watching has words that you need to speak, that you need to publish, that you need to be remembered by so that your legacy lives on. That's one of the beautiful things about publishing your story and about speaking on stage is that 1, you reach more people, and 2nd, your legacy lives on. So Gail, thank you for sharing so much wisdom, so many pearls of wisdom, and you help us all to persevere because your example of persevering in the face of the odds that you have dealt with is really admirable. And so I'm so excited for all of you to get to know Gail more and to read her article in the Global Women's Journal Leadership Edition. Gail, is there anything else that you would like to add?
No, just thank you for giving me the opportunity to be a part of this group of just inspiring women. And I just look forward to our just continued association and learning more about everyone else who's also published in the LA Women's Tribune.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So look forward to Gail's article and go read it and look forward to hearing Gail speak again, because we have events always coming up. We'll be all speaking again soon. So thank you, Gail, for being with us. And our next author is Cheryl Mizell. And Cheryl is the founder of Wake Up Your Wow. And the first time I saw a picture of Cheryl, she had her rain boots on and she was jumping in the puddles. And I was like, oh my goodness, she's so refreshing. And Cheryl has also overcome some incredible odds and made some really powerful pivots in her life. She is an inaugural founder of the Global Women's Journal, and her article was in the first issue that we published. So Cheryl, tell us a little bit more about you.
Well, first of all, thank you so much, Karen, for this opportunity. Every time to be in this space with all of you is always inspiring. I find out a little bit more about all of you, and it's just like, I want more, I want more. So thank you so much for this. And so, yes, just thank you. And Karen, just say your energy, every time, your energy, your joy, just how you empower each and every one of us and include us in everything is just so refreshing and inspiring. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. The other thing that I love about Cheryl is that she always says, God did it again. When these opportunities come to her, she publishes her story for the first time in the Global Women's Journal. God did it again. She spoke on stage at Speak Faith, and I also spoke with her there. And God did it again. And I love that reminder that she always gives us to be grateful for the blessing that has come into our life, to give us the opportunity to be able to continue in that calling that we feel called for. And so, Cheryl, tell us a little bit more about your article.
Exactly. And thank you for that, because I had to learn. I think Ashley and all of us mentioned the word pivot, right? I come from corporate America, so financial services and HR. But along the way, when we went through the recession and went through the pandemic, and I had time to just sit and actually reflect, I realized it wasn't about me. It was all these opportunities came because God did it. And my faith is really strong in everything that I do. I know that He's there at any given moment of the day. And so, which brings back to Wake Up to Your Wow. And so, in going through financial services and HR, I initially started helping people with financial literacy, learning about money, saving, checking. But I also realized that it was about your emotions and your mindset. And that's how I started healing from my own trauma of being teased and bullied growing up. And overcoming my own beliefs about money. And so that all transitioned into Wake Up to Your Wow, because it's about pivoting. It's about transitioning from who you thought you were supposed to be into your purpose and who God has for you, right? Like all along, I kept thinking, I can't do that. I'm an accountant. I can't write a book. I can't have a podcast. I'm an accountant. And so how do we transition and shift our mindset to actually walk into our purpose, right? Walk into our wow, which is wake up, own your brilliance so you can win wildly. And we do that by talking about your wellness. We talk about your wealth, and we talk about your worth, right? Because everything is about confidence. Wealth is not just about money. It's about your family. It's about who you are awakening to be. And so, yes, God did it, and God helped me to wake up to my wow. So yes, I'm excited to be here. And yes, and before I go, yes, Karen, every chance I get, it rained here, I think from Tuesday. I was out there with my boots jumping in a puddle. So if you see a crazy woman in New York City jumping in puddles, it's just me. Join me.
Cheryl waking up to her wow and her brilliance and celebrating her zest for life. I just love that. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you so much for being an inaugural member of the Global Women's Journal. We're so happy to have you part of us. All right. I am going to bring Barbie back up because Barbie went first, and I have this feeling that Barbie wants to say something more. And sometimes I just get that little nudge that, wait, I think I need to do something more. When I mentioned Speak Faith, Barbie also came to Speak Faith to help me overcome my trauma so I could speak on stage. Because Barbie had already spoken at Speak Seasons. And so she is also a very talented speaker. Barbie, is there something else that you wanted to add that you didn't get to say?
It is amazing. Thank you for reading my brain. I am so honored to be speaking, writing, and sharing all of this with these incredible women. But I cannot let this end without talking about Karen. Because Karen, you have assembled these wonder women and leaders from all over the world to speak and to write. Karen is the queen of empathy. She's an EQ expert. She is a PR expert. She is an editor. She is a powerhouse. And she is also in both Global Women's Journal editions. And Karen, you need to please come onto the stage and talk a little bit about your articles, because you always are this incredible host, but never share anything about yourself. And that needs to be stopped today. And you need to please come on stage and talk about your articles and all that you have brought to this amazing group of women. And we thank you, because the world is a better place for everything that you are doing.
Wow. Well, I did not think that was what you wanted to say. Okay. One of our mentors is Kimberly Crow, and she said, if someone offers you the mic, say yes. So I'm gonna say yes, and I'm gonna speak. I am usually the one that's hosting, and I do usually ask all the questions, and I do love interviewing people, and so I don't often have it the other way around where somebody gives me the mic. So and I love elevating these women. I mean, are these just the most amazing women? Don't you just want to call each one of them and say, hey, I need to get to know you better, and I need your help in this area? I really do love our women, because they are so unselfish and so generous in the way that they serve. So thank you, Barbie. Yeah, that's fun. That's a turnaround. Surprise! So yes, I am an emotional intelligence leadership coach, and I help leaders to increase their emotional intelligence, to even understand what in the world that means. What is emotional intelligence? And it is basically being self-aware, being aware of others and what is going on with them, being able to have empathy for yourself and empathy for others, so that you can increase your interpersonal skills, and so that you can be able to have better relationships with each other. And then you can have increased social awareness, and you can help to be able to build trust within the organizations, within the family, within whatever relationship you are in, professionally or interpersonally, and then to be able to have the motivation to actually work on that. So that is, in a nutshell, what emotional intelligence is. But in leadership, so many times in the past, it's been about titles and about accolades, but it's not about titles. It's about trust. And it's not about accolades. It's about alignment. And so how are we aligned? How are we building trust? Because when we build trust with another person, they feel safe. And if we're the safest person in the room, that's who people are willing to talk to. That's who people are willing to share with. And if I'm the leader, I can't know everything. I don't have eyes everywhere. But if my team has an increased trust in me, they will share. And I will learn so much more to help me be a more effective leader. In addition, if I am vulnerable with my team and they feel safe being vulnerable with me, then we can also increase resilience within the team, so that if something happens, we have each other's back, so that we know, oh, she's got my best interest at heart. She's not just all about her. It's about me. Well, if you feel that from your leader, you engender loyalty. And now the most exciting thing is that we used to think that helping teach these skills was like a soft skill. Like, well, when we have to cut the budget, that's who we're going to cut. We're going to cut the training. We're going to cut that program. But now the Harvard Business Review has told us from statistical research that when you increase the emotional intelligence you increase engagement, you increase productivity, and you increase profitability. So it comes down to the bottom line. It increases the dollar number as well as increasing the feeling of positivity within the culture, the feeling of teamwork. And so many times we're wondering, how do I engage my team? Well, that's how you engage your team, is by increasing your emotional intelligence. Because when you lead from an emotionally intelligent standpoint, you also regulate your nervous system. And through neuroscience, we now know that as I calm myself, as I am focused on having empathy for myself and then empathy for you, I help you co-regulate. That's so powerful, because if I'm feeling tense and I'm trying to lead, that is also impacted on my team. But if I am calm and I am able to say, we're going to figure that out, and I feel empowered, I help my team to feel those same feelings and to be able to feel calm themselves. I don't know if you've ever gone into a room and somebody's agitated, and you can kind of feel a little bit of agitation from them, or you might be agitated and you go into a room and someone is calm, and it just is like so soothing to your nervous system. Well, when you're the leader and you can set that example, you can impact your team in very powerful ways. And many times people don't know, why is that leader so effective? But when you do a little bit digging, you'll find out that it's because they're highly emotional intelligent. So thank you all for being with us. I'm just going to bring everybody back up again so that we can see everybody. And I just wanted to thank all of these beautiful women. Thank you for giving me a moment to speak also about my article, because I'm excited to be able to share about emotional intelligence, because it impacts every single one of us. And I'm so excited for all of you to read all of these women's articles in the Global Women's Journal. And I'm going to show you a picture of our cover, if I can bring it up. Let's see. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know how to do it. I need one of these women with their technology expertise to help me.
We will have it nailed next time. Don't you worry.
We'll post the link to the whole journal.
Yes,
too, so that you can access it.
Right. Look for us on social media. We'll have the link so that you can read the journal.
I put it in the comments on both LinkedIn and Facebook.
Oh, perfect. Go to www.latribunewomensjournal.com so that you can read the Women's Journal there, and you can sign up, put your email in so that you can be informed of future opportunities to hear from these women. And if you want to speak or you want to publish your article, just sign up, and you can always send me a message. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm Karen Hall, Queen of Empathy. And we will tag all of these women so that you can connect with them as well. So thank you all for being with us. Thank you all, audience, for joining us today. And we wish you all the very best. And thank you. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.